What's going on, guys? Want to talk to you guys real quick this evening. Hope everybody's having an okay Saturday. What I want to talk, it's a beautiful full moon tonight. Today was a pretty decent day, guys. In this presentation, I just want to talk to you guys real quick about. I want to talk to you guys about. Society doesn't like honesty, guys. That's one thing I had to really get through my head. Society don't like honesty. Um, got me a good workout in a few weekends ago on the treadmill. Um, but I just want to talk to you guys about society don't like honesty. What I've learned in this world, um, you could be telling the truth about certain things, but what I had to understand when it come to people is that a lot of people like lies so much that you could be so honest about certain things to where people will literally get an attitude with you and try to make you seem like you negative because you just honest. I feel like a guy like myself, I'm too honest and I'm too real for this world. I'm just too real for most people. Sometimes you can be too honest for most people. You got some people, they love lies so much to the point to where your honesty pisses them off. People don't like honesty. I believe I got it honestly because, my father's a straight shooter. My father's an honest type of person. My dad is not a candid type of person at all. He just tell it like it is. And what I had to understand about a lot of people in this society, I feel that honesty is something that really pisses certain people off. People don't like honesty, you know. Um, some people are so caught up in believing lies to where they know what you're saying is true, but they don't want to accept what you're saying. Because I know that certain things that I say when I get on camera, I'm making some valid points. I'm saying some stuff that not even God can refute. I'm saying some stuff that's so brutal, not even God can deny what I'm saying. So when you saying some things that's so brutal, and when you saying something that's so truthful to where God can't even deny it, people don't like the truth. I've been saying that, guys, for a long time. And I feel like a guy like myself, I'm too honest for this world. Give a thumbs up in the comments of this presentation if you feel like you too honest for this world. There are some people who just too honest for this world. You tell it like it is, you honest, you speak your mind, and F how people feel about it. That's how my father is. Like my father told me at a young age that, females wasn't gonna dig me. My father was always honest and direct with me. And what I've noticed in this society is that sometimes, you can be too honest. My mother used to tell me that it's permissible to lie. My father never believed that it was permissible to lie. I guess that explains why my mother and father's marriage went downhill, because my dad is just too real. My dad is too official. So, somebody that's too official and somebody that like to lie, they not gonna click. And I guess that's, I believe that's a big reason to why my mother and father didn't last. Their marriage went downhill because my dad is a straight shooter, like I stated. He's just too honest. And I got it honestly. And sometimes you could say certain things that's too real for some people. Sometimes you could just be too honest for some people. And they know that what you're saying is true, but they don't want to accept it. Because you got a lot of people that like lies. You got some people, they like lies so much to where they just don't like the truth. And I know a lot of the things that I'm saying in my presentations is true. A lot of the topics that I talk about, they may be, some of these topics that I talk about are very sensitive topics, I know. But I know that what I'm saying in my presentations is some real stuff. And I know I'm telling the truth about stuff. People don't like the truth. When you tell it like it is, when you honest, when you direct, when you tell it like it is, when you don't sugarcoat nothing and you just honest about things, people don't like honesty. I realize that honesty pisses people off. I believe I'm too honest for this world. I'm too honest for this world. But see, my father's that way. My father told me that women wouldn't find me attractive. So how many guys can honestly say that your father told you from a young age that women wouldn't dig you? Most involuntarily celibate men, they didn't have nobody to tell them what my father told me. So that lets me know that I'm cut. That lets me know that I got a different type of father, because I just think to myself that most men would never tell their son the type of things that my father told me. You know, even guys who have fathers in the home, most fathers would never tell their son the things that my father told me. So that let me know I got a real man for a dad. I got a very honest person for a father. And I feel that's why I'm the way that I am. I'm too honest for this world. Give a thumbs up in the comment section of this presentation if you feel you're just too honest for this world. You just tell it like it is, you know, because when you're a man, you're not supposed to be candid and open about your circumstances. You're not supposed to be candid and open about your failures as a man. You're not supposed to be open about your shortcomings and the challenges that you've had in your life. You're just supposed to suck it up and man up. But when you can get on camera, and I see a lot of men online getting on camera, talking about their problems, talking about their issues. Society feels that men should not be transparent about what they go through, because people feel like as a man, you just got to suck it up. You know, you got to suck it up. You got to man up. You know, whatever you're dealing with in life, whatever you're going through, whatever hardships you may have, you can't talk about them. That's the society that we live in. But that's not healthy. And I feel as a man, it's nothing wrong with talking about your challenges in life. It's nothing wrong with talking about, you know, the circumstances that you've endured in your life. It's nothing wrong with that, you know. And I can honestly accept that I'm just too honest for this world. I'm too real. And a lot of people don't like honesty. A lot of people like lies. You know, that's why, you know, I believe this is the reason to why Christian people are so wicked. Because one thing I've noticed about Christian people love lies. People who go to church all the time, they love lies. They don't like anything that's rooted in reality. Can I get a witness? Give a thumbs up in the comment section of this video, because I was raised Christian. Haven't you noticed that most Christian people, they love lies? They don't like nothing that's concrete. They don't like nothing that's rooted in reality. I've noticed that about Christian people. They love lies. But I had to understand and accept that I'm just too honest for this world. And I could say that about my father as well. He's too honest for this world too. You know, and sometimes when you're too honest and too straightforward about things, people demonize you. And sometimes if you're too honest about stuff, people will think you crazy because you're just too honest. You're too real. And people can't handle that amount of realness because they just too fake. And like I stated, I noticed that Christian people, you know, people who are religious, people who are spiritual, they love lies. I noticed that about Christian people. You know, I'm glad I'm not a Christian anymore. Let me get a thumbs up if you agree with what I'm saying right now. I'm glad I hung up my Christian jersey and gave up on that stuff, because I noticed that people that go to church all the time, people who are Christians, a lot of them love lies. They don't like anything that is truthful. They don't like anything that is rooted in reality. And I've accepted that I'm just too honest for this world. And as a man, it's nothing wrong with talking about your challenges in life. It's nothing wrong with talking about your adversities in life. You know, transparency is what we need more of. You know, society, you know, expects for you to ball up and keep all your emotions inside. And society expects for you as a man to not talk about your circumstances. But shoot, I feel it's good to be open and just lay all your cards on the table. It's good to be open as a man. You know, it's good to talk about things. Get it off your chest. Make you feel better. But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this presentation. You guys have a good evening. Talk to you soon.